What is up, guys? Fellow here, and today's video is about how a job can actually help you grow. I worked a retail job as my first job, and I was actually like one of the youngest people that started there, and obviously everybody else at the time was slightly older, and honestly, like, looking back at it, like, I was kind of lucky with the people I worked with because when I go back to my old job where I used to work with, it's like all a bunch of random people, and a lot of them are more like high schoolers. As like when I used to go or used to work, I should say, it was actually a lot of like older people, like either entering their 20s, mid 20s. Like it was kind of insane. So, um, when I first started working my job, I was a very shy guy or a shy kid, I should say, and I'm kind of like an introvert. Back in the day, I used to be more of an introvert, but I didn't go out much. I was like big video game guy. Still am, but like that's all I did. Play Destiny, play Fortnite, play COD with the boys, play Minecraft, all that shit. And having a job was obviously scary, but you know, I worked there for about 5 years, and I honestly still talk about it till this day that it was probably one of my most favorite jobs, even though it was like a retail job. And the reason why is because of the people. It wasn't even about the job. I went to work excited because of the people that I would work with. And, a lot of the times you don't really hear that because, well, who likes going to their work and or jobs when you can, stay home? But this is how, like, if it wasn't for that job, I don't even think I'd be making this YouTube channel because I actually met someone that, gave me all the advice or helped me, give a lot of advice there. And it's insane to me to think that like the weirdest jobs could change you as a person because of the people you meet. And even my boss, like our boss was like a young guy that like dude, we like went to his crib and chilled a lot. And again, like I said, you don't really see that a lot because, it's kind of like different everywhere you go and everywhere you work. So it's like this might seem relatable for a few people, but either way, even if you don't have a boss that's chill and you or that's like a young guy that you could relate to, like you working with people that are close as your age is could be so beneficial for you because you could ask them literally anything because they probably have the advice that you want to know how it is after high school or even after college. And I'm I'm kind of happy that I asked those questions because a lot of the times, like, I didn't know anything about life when I worked there. I was 15 years old and I knew nothing. Like, I didn't know how to get a girlfriend. I didn't know how to, like, I didn't know how to be social. I didn't know anything. And what helped me grow as a person was working there because, quite frankly, the people I would talk to have so many long conversations with at work were like the most life changing information and the most life changing advice I've ever heard in my life. And I feel like a lot of people don't take that for granted because you don't want to go to work, and I don't want to go to work. I kind of want to go home and do shit and hang out with my close friends and all that. And if you guys work with people that are like close to your age or slightly older, like you should take advantage of that and talk to them. You never know what kind of friendships or what kind of advice you might hear. And you know I'm so happy that like I got that chance of doing that, and it just helped me grow as a person. It made me actually more mature. And it's again, I don't want to seem like I'm repeating myself, but you know it's important that you guys do like that networking. And I met some of my even closest friends at my first job. And the thing is with too is like I worked at a time where it was kind of rare where people were coming and going from this job because COVID was not just around the corner, but it was kind of like at a time where it was like everyone was just making a living and was just kind of trying to find a job where they could stay for a bit while going through university slash college slash high school or whatnot. And um, yeah, like it was such a great time, and I look back at those years of being like, holy shit, like if I went to anywhere else, like if I applied to any other job, I would have not been the person that I am today. And that's insane to me to think that like a simple like retail job got me to be the person that I am today because of the people that I met there. And like I said, like not every job you'll get that, and that's why it's important when you go to a job and you meet people, you talk to them, you get to know them. And obviously it's like I said, like you, not everyone's going to be social, not everyone's going to be like open to you, and that's fine. And you know, work is one of the most like, especially like a retail, is the most dramatic, most like childlike jobs ever. And you know, you just gotta like find the right one for you to be like, oh shit, like I love these people and all that. And a lot of the times, like when I talk to people from other departments, you know, they didn't have that relationship with their boss, they didn't have that relationship with their coworkers. It was so different and unique. And if you have that like experience currently, or you have that opportunity in front of you, you got to take that, because those are going to be some of your best youth years and young adult years, is working with those types of people. And you know, you're gonna like always think about how like, oh shit, like if I could go back at this, I would definitely would, because I would, even though I wasn't getting, you know, the craziest amount of money or the craziest amount of like job experience, I was getting experience by talking to people. It wasn't about like the discipline or the organization of having a job. It was more about learning. Well, yeah, I got that too, but it was more about learning what other people were telling me, and that was insane to me. So I think that that's something that people look way beyond, under the rug type of shit when it comes to having a job. Because even if you're working at McDonald's, you could have that similar experience that I had and that I'm talking to, because of the people's chemistry and the people that you're working around. You just have to like put yourself out there and try to, you know, ask questions. And I think I've said it before, but like that's where I met my mentor, like my like the guy. And I don't talk to him anymore, unfortunately, but if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't know half of the shit I'm saying in these videos, and that's a fact, because he got me to understand how life works. And that's just insane to me, where a simple 9 to 5 high school job could get you the most life experience based off of just like the people that you work with. And that's why I mean that like a job can help you grow as a person and your personality. And this might not be for everyone. I've said, like, I know I've been saying throughout the video that again, this is not every job. And I talk to people and they're like, you know, you were lucky. And I understand that now, you know, looking back at it, because I've worked many jobs after, and I didn't have fun going into a job since then. And yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Um, Either way, leave a comment if you guys agree, or if you guys have even your own experience when it comes to having a job and growing as a person. But either way, that's been me, and that's been Fellow, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and stay smart.